Happy New Year from Teacher Melissa, and I have got a great video for you today. I am the admin on the VIPKid Tips and Tricks Facebook page, and I'll post a link to that down below so you can find us if you're not a member yet. This is not an official page. This is just a group of teachers with VIPKid. There's about 10,000 of us here on this page. We focus only on tips and tricks. We don't do drama. We don't just chat. We don't say gift me. We don't talk about things outside of VIPKid. I'm on lots of Facebook pages that do all of those things, and I really enjoy them. But we keep tips and tricks just about tips and tricks to help you be a better VIPKid teacher. We've got newbie teachers. We've got teachers on their second and third contract. We've got teachers on their seventh contract. And all of these teachers have been through things, and they know what has worked, but most importantly, what has not worked for them. So I put out a challenge to these teachers, young, old, in between, brick and mortar teachers, doctors, lawyers. We've got all kinds of teachers in our group. And I asked them, if you were going to make a New Year's resolution for your VIPKid class this year, what would it be? I asked them to focus on something that they feel they did not do well in the last year as a VIPKid teacher, and therefore they have hereby made a resolution to do better on it this year. And we kept it strictly related to your VIPKid classroom. We got so many replies. It was great. So I've kind of conglomerated all these in and put them all together into categories. So I'm going to be sharing some of those with you today to help you be a better teacher. So here we go. The VIPKid Tips and Tricks page, New Year's resolutions. I've got a great big long list going here, so I'll refer to this throughout the video. Okay, so one of the tips was, and this one came from me, this was my resolution. I hereby resolve that I will clean out my screenshots each month as soon as I get paid for those classes. Now, many of us take screenshots for no-shows or student IT issues or things like that. And boy, those just log up my computer, and I'm scrolling through. I have hundreds. So I want to save those until I get paid for them. And then each month, just sit down for a few minutes and clean those out so it's easier to find the others. But I do want to keep them until I get paid. Okay, number 2. Now, these are not in any priority order, just in the order that some of them came in. Okay, so another resolution. Lots of teachers made resolutions about sleep. Not surprisingly, go to bed on time. Don't take your phone to bed with you. They say, I hereby resolve I will not take my phone to bed with me when I go to bed. Setting correct sleeping parameters, even if that means going to bed really early. Not pretending like you work a first shift job when really you work more like a swing shift or a third shift job. So getting enough sleep was a big one that a lot of our teachers resolved to do. Another one that many teachers mentioned was parent feedback. They resolved to not obsess about parent feedback, to not worry about parent feedback, to just let that go and not obsess so much about it. Not that it's not important, but that emotional turmoil, to let that emotional turmoil go about teacher feedback. And I think that is great for our mental health. Speaking of mental health, many of our teachers made resolutions to set healthy boundaries between their VIPKid life and their personal life, or even their other jobs life, to keep those boundaries healthy, to balance that time, to make sure they took time off with their family, to make sure they took time off for personal care, for rest and health and exercise and eating properly. So those healthy boundaries were very important to many of our teachers, with no guilt. So many teachers said, I will do this and I will not feel guilty. I will not feel guilty. So that is an important resolution for you to consider as well. Many teachers mentioned that they resolved to keep their teaching fresh. As I said, we have many teachers in our group who have many contracts of experience. Many teachers resolved to keep their teaching fresh, and some of the things they mentioned that they were resolving to do in 2020 was to start taking workshops again, or take them again. They kind of slipped from taking workshops. To update their bio text, to update their video, to attend meetups so that they can be with other teachers, to read things in the library, in the portal, even things they already know about, to do things like this to keep their teaching fresh, refresh their rewards. I know I always give shiny stars, but I made a whole bunch of new shiny stars over my winter break to keep things fresh for my students. Even if you have something very simple, just freshening it up is a great resolution to have. So a lot of people also mentioned that they resolve for the feedback that they give to students to keep it relevant, to not just simply reiterate or just summarize what the lesson was about, but talk about what their student needed to work on. Many teachers also said they wanted their feedback to be a little shorter, more to the point, and shorter was better than longer. For most of our teachers said that. They would keep better notes, little notes on the side as they went through the class to make feedback easier. And for feedback, a lot of folks resolved to get it done immediately. And they said immediately. Some of them said, I resolve, I will not go get a fresh cup of coffee. I will not go eat breakfast. I will not go take a walk. I will not leave it for 12 hours later, that I will do it immediately so that it is done and checked off. And they felt that was a great way to keep those boundaries. And I thought that was great, because so many times we do forget, or then it's a drudgery to come back to it, but just get it done, make it meaningful, but get it done quickly. Now, again, on those setting boundaries and not feeling guilty, many of our teachers resolved that they would not accept priority booking requests outside of their normal teaching hours, not even for their precious little Bao that they love. They will feel no guilt about refusing priority booking that is beyond their hours. They're going to set their business hours and keep it at that with no guilt. And when family things come up, to always check the family schedule before even accepting priority booking for your regular students, to keep that closer eye on priority booking, so that the stress level doesn't build up in the work-family balance, so that they don't use up their teacher cancellations because they weren't paying attention, and so that they weren't teaching in crazy places like the parking lot of the high school because you forgot Bobby had a band concert that night or whatever. To really keep an eye on those priority bookings much more carefully in 2020, a great resolution. Another one that people mentioned was getting additional certifications. This can be great, like Chinese New Year's coming up. It's great for summer to freshen up their teaching and go for it with some of these additional certifications and try them out and see if you like them. So that was a great resolution as well, to start the new year with some new types of classes to keep your teaching fresh. And another resolution that many had, and this is a big one for me as the admin of the Tips and Tricks page, and I'm on many other Facebook pages, and this YouTube channel right here, is to help out their fellow teachers. Many of our teachers resolved to be kind, to help each other, to answer questions kindly, no matter what, to lend a hand to others, maybe even in your personal group, attend more meetups, be that support person for others as they are beginning, or maybe they've been a teacher a while and they're getting a little burnout. Let's help each other out. So that was a great resolution. And again, for our mental health, many folks determined that they would resolve to not take anything that happens in class, with bookings, or in parent feedback personally. Don't take it personally. Could be translation issues. Could be little Bao just had a bad day. Could be he's sick. Could be mom had a bad day. Could be they're very stressed about their child's future life because of these ridiculous upcoming exams that mean so much to their future. Don't take any of this personally. Don't take teacher to teacher feedback personally. It's not about you. Don't take child behavior personally. Don't take cancellations personally. Things just happen. Don't take it personally when someone disagrees with you on a Facebook post. Don't take it personally. It's so much easier to just assume the best about others. So these are some of the New Year's resolutions from the tips and tricks page. If you have others that you would like to share with us, you can mark them, just write them down below in the comments on this video. And we'd love to hear what your New Year's resolutions are for your VIP Kid life. Happy New Year.